Hello Leo, welcome to the Plaid Sheep Oracle. I have this new deck, one of the Divining Poets decks, Emily Dickinson. So I pulled a card from there. And you got this fabulous Passenger of Infinity. Now interestingly, before this I did the Aries reading. And there is a similarity of message. I'm sort of interested to see whether Sagittarius, as a fire sign, comes out with something similar. But maybe not. We'll see. Maybe everybody will have some flavor of this, which is allowing source, or your with Aries, it was their wider self really coming forward to guide things from this moment. A real integration, union of self and wider self into a real whole. And with you, it's more kind of source in a bigger way. So not just your wider self, but some other energy aspect of source, like a muse, or right, kind of what we think of when we say the divine, right? The infinity. And we have here this 5 of materials, the 5 of earth, the 5 of pentacles, and this is its first appearance. It is the echoing through this whole reading. And it may be that you've been, I don't know, have you been feeling this? Maybe sometimes. Perhaps you're having a bit of a hangover from the full moon that happened across the way from you in Aquarius. At that time, your sun, or the sun in Leo, was conjunct Mercury and Vesta. If you experienced a high of some kind, and then now you feel maybe as if you've crashed. Or maybe that this is an energy that perhaps has been lurking underneath. A sense of aloneness, a sense of smallness. Anyway, but at the bottom of the deck is this Hierophant. And you are here, right? You're this figure. The Hierophant is this divine energy. And then right below you is both the High Priestess and the 6 of Voices, which is my, guided by source card. So if you've been feeling this, it's not going to continue, right? This hand, right, is also source. This, right, this kind of musical energy, right? It looks like this, the notation for music, right? The scale carrying you through this, right? Through this rose lined archway. Right? This chariot energy. that wants to just uplift you, to, you know, enliven you. Right? Because then we have the Queen of Inspiration. This energy is there within you, even if you've lost touch with it. Or maybe you've been seeking to get in touch with it, and that's what started this process off. I don't know. Or it could be the astrology we've had. Because then we have another 5. We have the 5 of Inspiration. The desire to re-engage, to try things. If you've been feeling discouraged, this is a new infusion of energy. Right? To go back to work. There is a real sense here of work, of profession. Although it also, I think, will spread out into other places in your life. But here, with the 8 of Materials, and then this 4 of Inspiration, you know, it could be that it is just a kind of re-engagement with life. With, you know, seeing your life as happening now and re-engaging with it. Rather than, you know, waiting for something to happen or waiting for some project or some person to arrive, that you re-engage with life now. Or it may be a re-engagement with your creative process, with something within your profession. And here we have the 4 of Swords, and actually below that is the Hanged Man. So it could be, there's sort of 2 possibilities here. One, there could be that you were in a very, right, kind of in a dark place. But it might just be that you were kind of not knowing what to do next or where to go. You might just have been kind of stalled out. Right below this, we have the 6 of Swords, actually, and the Magician. So this energy of movement is below, right? The Hanged Man is not, sometimes people talk about this as being stuck, but the Hanged Man is there deliberately. It's a kind of, you know, look around, see what's next. There isn't like a despondency to the Hanged Man or the 4 of Swords. So, you know, it may be that you're not necessarily in this 5 of Materials space, although that energy, as I say, does run through the reading. The underlying here is the 2 of Cups. And this, rather than being some other person, is more like this re-engagement, either with life or with some particular work or profession. Like getting to know somebody again that maybe you've been ignoring or that you set aside for a while. You know, maybe as if you had a friend from the past who suddenly reappears and you become re-engaged. You know, maybe you sort of grew apart, you went in different directions, and now you find you've come back together. And next to that, we had both the Wheel of Fortune and then this Five of Pentacles showing up. A sense maybe that you had that circumstances had separated you from something or someone. But now there is a sense of that coming back. And then we have this Emperor who, he could go either way. He could be more of this divine energy, but he could also be an actual person or people. Because the next card is this Ace of Pentacles. So there is this sense of receiving. So it might be that the universe, right, the divine presents you with an opportunity or with money, right, that money shows up from somewhere. Or it could be that this is a person or people who are investing in some aspect of you. Because then we have this Six of Wands, right? You're feeling, this is traditionally, in the esoteric tradition, this is Jupiter in Leo. All right, somebody's giving you what you need. You know, whether it's a new idea, a job offer, an investment, and you are taking it. You're going to take it, and you're going to get down to work in some way. And there is a sense here of collaboration. So there may be, you know, maybe this is starting a business that you hadn't, you know, something that you thought about, but it didn't seem the right time, so you set it aside. Or a work of art or some other project that maybe felt, you know, too big, like you needed help, but there wasn't anybody around in the moment, and now there is. There is a sense here too in this reading, as there was in Aries, of a time coming. That things have come together in such a way that this is the moment. Because then we have a Tower, right? This infusion of power. Right, and this is not a destructive tower. The Eiffel Tower can channel this lightning. And actually here below this we have this Nine of Aether, which in this deck talks about discerning reality from nightmare or dream. But I'm kind of noticing that there's this hand coming up from the bottom, handing you something that, right, is a missing piece. And then below that, we have this, right, thinking, Ten of Combustions, considering, planning, plotting. And then below that, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. And actually, I'm going to move first here to, well, maybe I won't. The unseen, right, is this Page of Earth. And this is another card that could kind of go either way. This might be you having a kind of renaissance, a rebirth, a new childhood, where you feel really enthusiastic about whatever this thing, this pentacle, this project is. And it is also feeling like this divine energy. You know, it knows that there is all this affluence and abundance and resource available. And there's a kind of, you know, secret smile there. happening. So then we get the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Combustion, the Spark, the Ace of Aether, the Idea, and then almost an embarrassment of riches. All kinds of things showing up unexpectedly. You might even, sort of feel a little, not sure what to do next, right? Which resource do I move into next? And then the Five of Fungi, the Five of Pentacles reappears. And this is feeling like someone who has been waiting for this moment, for you to be re-energized. Now, this could be, right, this could be these people. It may be that there is, some people who have also been waiting for a partnership, who have been waiting for, the third person to complete the group. Or they could be people who are waiting for the results of whatever this is. If it's a new invention. Or they could also be your family, who has perhaps been watching you struggle. If you've been in this kind of Five of Pentacles, maybe they've been, sort of standing on the side, not quite knowing how they can help you. They just know that you've been feeling badly, that you've been in struggle, or that you've been confused or stalled. But now, right, stuff is moving. And then we have this Eight of Cups moving towards this Five of Wands, which is also kind of like this Five of Inspiration. It really has that feel of kind of the, right, what might be seen as creative chaos. Right, just trying things. Maybe that you were stalled because there were too many options, or because you didn't know how to begin, or you were kind of afraid to start, or you were kind of waiting to start until you had every duck in the row. But now there is a feeling that you're willing to proceed even if you don't know the whole road ahead of you. That you're willing to try stuff. Now below this, the next three cards there is this, again, this Five of Pentacles, once more, between the Page of Wands and this Three of Wands. Right? So the willingness to try, the willingness to take the chance, to experiment. And here at the bottom is this Ten of Pentacles. And this feels like, right, like all of these people that you may not be aware, possibly Leo, that there are a bunch of people who've kind of been waiting for an opportunity to support you. It may be, my idea of Leo is that they welcome, right? They're more welcoming of help than Aries, as a general rule. But only, I think, up to a point, perhaps. Or you may have, you know, other energies in your chart that make you very averse to help and support from the outside. That you feel, perhaps you feel kind of emperorish, that you're supposed to have the plan, that you're supposed to know all the things. And that if you don't know them, then you can't go ahead. But we have a different sort of emperor here. He's much more laid back and relaxed. This is an emperor who would absolutely listen to other people, who would invite suggestions and assistance. Right? He's much more casual. And he has that, right? He's confident. Confident people who know their own worth, their own ability, their own competence, their own skills, their own talents. They're absolutely willing to listen to other people because they don't, right? They're not going to get defensive or afraid or insecure. They're willing to see the beauty and competence and amazingness of other people and to welcome that. To welcome the collaboration. Right? Because then we have the Two of Cups reappearing. So the willingness to collaborate, the willingness to take help, the willingness to share, perhaps. And then we have another sort of pairing. We have this Four of Swords reappearing, followed by this Queen of Swords. So we're going from this cocooned space into this focused and alert and aware space, looking outward rather than focusing inward. Right? It's an outward looking energy. And an energy that is willing to see other people and their possible contributions. So you begin with this inspiration that I do think is coming from the divine, from source, to be reinvigorated, reignited. That there will be this period where, right, where you are the passenger of infinity, where you are uplifted. And then that, you know, that ignition will transfer into you. Then you know, it's a bit as if you were just, right, like a little spark, and you're being carried by the divine in this little spark, and then you really start to burn. Your bonfire is reignited. And then we get the Prince of Staves. And in my personal lexicon, you know, Aries is the spark, Leo is the bonfire, and then Sagittarius, who's associated with this Knight of Wands, lights his wand, his torch, at Leo's bonfire and then takes it to other people. And right below that is Strength, your card, Leo, there you are, with your person, right? With your collaborator. And this may be strictly the divine, but there is an element of human collaboration here too, with the Two of Cups appearing twice and this Three of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Your personal grail. And another ace, right? That's the fourth. We actually have all four aces. Pentacles, Wands, Swords, and Cups. the bottom of the deck is this Seven of Swords. So this, right, this energy of wanting, of solitariness, right, of taking all your ideas and all your thoughts and going over in the corner by yourself. That is coming to an end. Or the suggestion is that that should come to an end. Because actually, I will show this, right? Next to him on the bottom is the Queen of Wands. Right? The Queen who welcomes collaboration, welcomes other ideas, right? She is, right, like this Emperor. So then we have this Five of Sacred Circles, right? People showing up at your tent saying, hey, we felt, right? We felt the disturbance in the forest. Right? And we saw your message and here we are. We're ready to go. What do you want to do? You have a party, the Nine of Cups. You have the party with all of these new collaborators. And then we end with the King of Swords, which is interesting. This is traditionally Aquarius across the way. And I think it's mostly a nod to this moon and to the Aquarian idea of one among many. That, you know, maybe in the past you've been reluctant to combine with other people because you thought your ideas would get lost. You know, maybe other people would take more credit, or you'd have to water your ideas down in some way in order to fit in with other people. But that is not the truth now. The Aquarian ideal is the individual within the group, that there is absolutely a way to make that win-win. So at the end of the last series, I started pulling out some extra cards at the end, and I've sort of been minded to continue now. See if the Five of Pentacles comes out again. Oh. So there's the Seven of Cups on the bottom. This may be part of how you were feeling. Oh, and then the Five of Swords, a five that we hadn't seen. So this, right, these two feel as if they are what you're coming out of. Oh, and then we have the Magician. The Queen of Swords again. And the Page of Cups. So this, right, this creative energy that includes, you know, the Queen of Swords is Libra's card. And Libra is sextile to your sign. There's a real collaborative feeling there. And Libra is the sign of me and the other, of relationship. And I almost want to say that there's a sense here right? The Page of Cups could also be you, right? This Page of fungi and then this Page of Cups, a youthful energy that is returning to you. But it also feels as if, right, this might be you and another. Right, you as the magician, you have all the pieces, all the energies, and then this Page of Cups is going to bring, right, is going to bring some fun aspect, perhaps, that you didn't even know you needed. So reignite, relight. Allow the divine to relight your bonfire. And all the right people will be attracted, will gather around your new bonfire, Leo. The only thing that you need to do is to be a passenger for a little while. To allow the divine to lead. Allow your fears to, be set aside. And allow the divine to lead for a while your bonfire builds. I wish you the very, very best, Leo, in this. And I will see you next time. So long.